Chapter 4, Financial Mathematics. In section 4.1, we're going to look at ultimately compound interest and the effect that has on a principal amount. First thing we're going to do, though, is look at the concept of what's called simple interest. You probably looked at this years ago, maybe even in grade school. So simple interest is when interest is only calculated on a principal amount one time. And interest is equal to the principal amount times the annual interest rate times the time in years. And the accumulated amount would be A equals P times this quantity, 1 plus RT. That's because if you were to distribute the P through, you'd get the principal amount, the initial amount of the deposit or whatever, plus what? Plus the interest amount. So that's accumulated amount. So let's look at our first example. Find the accumulated amount at the end of 9 months on an $800 deposit in a bank paying simple interest at a rate of 6% per year. So we want to know the accumulated amount. So we use A equals P times what? 1 plus RT. That's our formula. And so you just plug in the numbers. All right, so $800 is the principal amount. The rate is 6% as a decimal, 0.06. Times time. Well, remember time has to be in terms of years here. So we do 9/12. So 9 months is 9/12 of a year. And then you just use your calculator. So you just enter in the information. 800 times the quantity 1 plus 0.06 times 9/12. And you get the answer. Accumulated amount would be $836. Example number 2. A bank deposit paying simple interest at a rate of 5% per year grew to a sum of $3,100 in 10 months. Find the principal. So what are we trying to do here? We're trying to find the initial amount deposited. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to still use the same formula we did in the previous example. And we just plug in the information. So A is the accumulated amount. So that's 3,100. P is what we're trying to solve for. The rate of interest is 5%, so 0.05. 10 months, that's going to be 10/12 of a year. And so what I would do for this one is you could just leave it like that if you want, and then in your calculator, just do 3,100 divided by all of this. So 3,100 divided by the quantity of what? 1 plus 0.05 times 10/12, like that. Hit enter, and you get your answer. So principal amount here would be $2,976. All right. Now the next example. How many days will it take for a sum of $1,000 to earn $20 interest if it is deposited in a bank paying simple interest at a rate of 2.5% per year? It also tells us to use a 365-day per year scale, a calendar scale, right? So we're going to use what? How many days? So what are we trying to do here? We know that interest equals P times RT. All right. Based on the given information, then that's why I'm using this model, this formula. So $20 interest is equal to the principal amount, 1,000. The rate is 2.5% as a decimal. That's 0.025. T is what we're solving for. Okay. So now using my calculator again here, I would do what? I would do 20 divided by all of this. So 20 divided by 1,000 times 0.025 gives me that, 0.8. So time is equal to 0.8. But remember, T for simple interest is always, or really for all the formulas we're going to look at today, in terms of years. So now what do we have to do with this? We have to multiply this by the number of days in 1 year. So you take that 0.8 and you multiply it by 365 days per year, and there you go, 292 days. 292 days is our final answer.